Hey everyone. So of course today is record store day. Didn't get a chance to go out today, but I went last night, midnight to 2 a.m. There's a sale and with an early opening at my record store. So I went to that. It was really fun, really crazy. The line was out the door. I've never seen it like that. It was like I was standing in line to go to a show or something. But so I went to that, and I saw a lot of the releases they had there. Now they didn't have everything, of course, because not all stores have everything. But so I saw everything, but I didn't get any of the Record Store Day release exclusives. So sorry if you want to see some of those. I don't have any. Just not really interested in what they put out this year. But I did do some normal record shopping and found some really cool things. So I'll start with the best thing that I found. This is Midnight Shift by Dislocation Dance, released on Rough Trade Records in 1983. This is a fantastic band. They started out in like they had their first release in 1980, and the first few releases were more post-punk, and then gradually they went into having more jazz influences, to the point where they very indie pop. So they one of the big influences on indie pop, or at least in my opinion. So and this particular record was their jazz era, so it's very poppy, very good stuff. It has alternating female and male vocals, and there's a horns player in there named Andy Diagram, he's been in a lot of bands. He started out with the Diagram Brothers, and then he was in Pal Fountains and James, so some pretty good bands there. So I love that record. It's fantastic. I'm so glad I found it, and I'm so excited to find indie pop records here, because especially ones from the UK, because I live in California, so it's not really known to find indie pop here, really, especially with the UK countries. So I'll take these off as a bad glare. So okay. Next, I actually ordered this. I didn't get it yesterday, but I ordered it in the mail. So it's the Primitives' Lovely album, released in 1988 on Lazy Recordings, I should say, which was the label that had some of my Bloody Valentine records, and Birdlands, and yeah, it's a great label. But this has their hit Crash, which was popular in the 90s when they revamped it for the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. This is the original version of that song, so it doesn't have the stupid guitar solo thing that is in the pre-chorus, which I just don't like. This is just a good noise pop version, as well as the rest of the album. It's very indie pop, as that's what kind of band they are, and they're probably one of the most successful bands of that genre, just because of the fame that they have from Crash being in the 90s, that movie and everything. But it's a great song, and the album pretty much, it does have some filler. It has some like Middle Eastern influence song, which is so unnecessary, but but for the most part, it's a pretty good record. A lot of noise, although they used to be really noisy, even like the Jesus and Mary Chain stuff and Black Tambourine, that kind of sound. They were like that in their earlier career, but then in this album they kind of toned it down a little bit. Also because it was released on their label Lazy, but also on RCA, so I'm sure the big label told them to turn down the noise a little bit, Okay, next I have Sweatbox by the Wolfgang Press. The Wolfgang Press were a dreamy post-punk band on 4AD. This is an EP released in 1985. I love this band. It's kind of like the Cocteau Twins with a male singer. Great singer too, he's a baritone. baritone crooner, so it's always good. Next, this is a really cool find. I found this for $3 yesterday, or a record store day today, tomorrow, or today, yesterday. I don't know how to call it because it was like midnight, you know. But it's found for $3, so I had to get it. I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not in the mood to listen to this, you know. But I wanted to get it to complete it. It's the weird kind of cover. It's a Logic with David Bowie. I just wanted to get this so that I could complete the Berlin trilogy, which consists of Low and Heroes. So, got it. So, pretty happy to complete that part of the collection, but I'm not going to listen to it until I feel like it, which I don't feel like it right now. So, and I got, I'll show a couple of CDs here. This is, it's all the price tag on it, my bad, but Low's, okay, this is Low, Last Night I Dreamt Somebody Loved Me. They cover the Smiths, and it also has the song Because You Stood Still on it. It's released on Low's label Chair Kickers Union. Really cool. I got this too. Owsley's self-titled record from 1999 on Giant. Now, Owsley was a Powerpop singer-songwriter who was a session musician for like Amy Grant, and then he decided to release this. And I've always loved the song "Coming Up Roses." Like I remember when this came out, loving that song. But the rest of the album is not that good. Sorry, and this guy Will Owsley is his name. He actually committed suicide last year, so he was a part of all those musical deaths that happened in 2010. But with all respects, you know, but this album just does not live up to Coming Up Roses, which is such a beautiful song. So I'm really disappointed in it, but there's only one other good song I like on here, but I mean, whatever, it's only $2, so. And finally, the last thing I got, this is a band called Zeitgeist. The album is called Translate Slowly. This is a 1985 release on DB Records. It's a kind of jangle pop, power pop thing in the 80s. The kind of southern jangle, like, you know, REM and Let's Active, that kind of sound. This was the only release they had, and then they changed the name to The Rivers, and they re-released this album under that name due to a lawsuit and stuff. They couldn't use the name Zeitgeist, but I'm listening to this right now, and it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. It's really melodic and it's great. And if you ever see anything on this label, DB Records, to the bowling pin and bowling ball, DB Rex as it's known, buy it because it's a wonderful 80s Athens, Georgia label who put out like Love Tractor and so many great bands that you just don't hear of. So, but that's what I got. So sorry for no record store day releases, but I'm just not into those. So, but enjoy this. Thanks, guys.